Hello and welcome to Lessons Learnt. I'm Sherry and this is Finish It Friday. For all of you new people out there, welcome. There are many of you. There are 1,100 plus new subscribers on the channel in just the last couple of weeks. So welcome to all of you. I see you participating in the comments and watching the videos, and some of you are binge watching old videos. So thank you for doing that. That means a whole lot to me. So yeah, just welcome to all of you. And if you're not on the Facebook group, I have a Facebook group that is called Lessons Learnt as well, the exact same name as the channel. So you can go there and become a member of the Facebook group and share what you're doing over there. And I try to share as often as I can remember to over there. So lots of nice people in that group. So jump on that if you want to. I am on Instagram too, but I don't hardly ever put anything on Instagram anymore. I used to do that better than I did Facebook, but for some reason it's just hard to do all the things, and they each kind of have a different feel to them. So your post, you know, I don't know, that's the way I am. You can just copy your post from one to the other, but I usually kind of customize to each one of those platforms, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. It's a lot to do. Facebook and Instagram is a nice way to be socially connected with people, but it doesn't yield much in the way of income like YouTube does. So I try to put most of my energy into this. So Finish It Friday, if you haven't been here before, this is where you see what I've finished for the week, or somewhat finished, or what I'm working on, how far I got on it, and then you all send in your finishes to the Gmail account, the email. So that also is lessonslearnt2021@gmail.com. So any of you new people who have recently finished something, or not so recently, and you want to share it, then I will be showing it here on the big screen for you. And that's really thrilling, I hear. So if you'd like to see your quilt on the big screen, then send it in to the email account, and I will get it on one of these Finish It Friday episodes. Don't send it to the Facebook group, because I can't pull from there very easy. I could, but I'm not going to, because it's just too much work. So I'm just gonna keep it this way. It has to come through the email. So there are guidelines in the description box of all my videos of how to send one in, what I will accept and what I will not accept. So be sure and read that first. All right, this week I feel like I just got through talking to you. I mean, the week has just gone by so fast. You know, we had that snowstorm. We got about 9 inches here with a little thin layer of ice in between. So, you know, it was hard to get an exact measurement of what we really got, because that little ice layer kind of packed down the first snow, and then we got more snow. And guess what? We're getting more snow. You're watching this on Friday. Today, more snow. By midday, it should be well on its way, and it should be 3 to 6 inches. So when they say 3 to 6 inches around here, it could be a ½ inch. So we'll just have to see what we get. I have 2 long arm finishes. This one is the row quilt that we did here a while back with the Jolly Bar books, and I will put another picture. Let's see, which side should I go on? Let's put my picture over here of the whole entire quilt, and then I'm going to show you some stuff up close as well. No, let's do it on this side. Let's do it on this side. The picture goes on this side. But I wanted to show you some stuff up close about this, because I did something with it that I've never done before, and that is use variegated thread. So I used this very rainbowish variegated thread on all this black space, and I hope you can see that, because it's really, really cool. And it just kind of gives the black kind of a velvet look to it with that stitching on there. So I wanted to show you that, and then also just some variety here of how it looks. And if you'll look at the picture here, the reason why I'm not satisfied with this quilt, or I'm not as happy with it as I want to be, is because if you look at the second row with the big black stars, and then the colors all around the stars, if I would have done that in reverse, everything would have been a little bit better balanced. I couldn't see that in the beginning because, you know, it was kind of a mystery and I didn't know from week to week what I was going to be choosing. I thought I did. I had everything written out and kind of sketched out how I was going to do it. But until you actually make those mystery blocks or mystery rows, you really don't know what you're going to get. So that's my spill on that. I've seen some of your all's row quilts, your Jolly Bar row quilts, that look perfectly in balance, but mine, I feel like it doesn't. I don't know if it was my choice of black for the background or what it was, but I should have reversed the black star to be the color, and then just leave those colored stars, multicolored stars, floating on the black. But it's okay. We make quilts that we're not crazy about sometimes, and somebody will love this whenever it gets to its final destination, whether it be in this life or the next. I don't know. I don't have any plans for it. The other long arm finish, I will put a picture up here. Now, this isn't one of the ones that was in my stash of tops to get done. This was a commissioned job, if you will, although I volunteered to do it, not being paid for this. But it is a memory quilt. And I don't know if I mentioned all the details about it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you all the details about it. But a friend of mine, not a super close friend, but someone that I've known a long time, passed away in a car accident back in June, and the family wanted me to make a quilt out of some of the clothing that she had. So that's what I did. I took what they gave me and made the best of it. There's not one cotton piece in here. It's all polyester, knits, crepe de chine, just all kinds of things like that. So you can see that I've got a picture up there for you. Now you've been looking at it. But the pattern that I used on this was, it was something in the Pro Stitcher library called All Over Feathers. And basically that's what it is. It's going to be very hard for you to see it, I think. Probably in that dark flower right there, you'll be able to see that it's just an all over rounded feather design. Kind of like I guess you'd call it kind of like a feather meander. But it was appropriate for this quilt, I thought, and I'm so happy to have this done. I think I have talked about the blocks and me getting the blocks done and that sort of thing. I did take a little bit of a shortcut. I was supposed to put a cornerstone on each of the blocks, but I didn't. I just kind of left the flowers floating there by themselves, and it turned out really cute. I think they'll be very happy with it. So also, I'm making some more progress on this slowly. This week I made these 4, so that's one giant 4 patch there, and then this one right here. I was hoping to get 3 more done today so that I could have another 4 patch there. I think I'm going to make it big like this. This is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 squares. I think I'm going to make it 8 by 12. I'm just going to keep working on it. I don't care how long it takes me to do it, but I like doing these blocks, so I think I'll, get it done in a fairly decent amount of time. It is quicker than the 16 patch because this normally would have been, what, a 9 patch? Yes, it would. It would be a 9 patch. So with each one of these, you're saving putting together a 9 patch. So it goes a lot quicker. This is Scrap Stash Buster number 1. Project number 1 for 2025. So if you haven't started on that yet and you want more information about it, just go back to that video. It was last Wednesday. Yes. Now, this past Wednesday, we did this one, and I did not make any more blocks other than what I presented in the video. I'm anxious to get back to it, though. Yes, I am. I'm anxious to get back to it. So that is what I did this week. I'm trying to think if there's any... Oh, wait just a minute. I have one more thing. I have my Pieceful baskets. I say that wrong every time. Pieceful baskets blocks. I think I had one done already last week out of the 3 that I was behind on. And then here, let's see, I think this is the number 8. And then this is the number 9. This is a windmill block, although that block does not look like a windmill. And I asked Fat Quarter Shop about it to see if there was any changes or, you know, was that right? And they said it was written that way. So I feel like that little square right there is not right, but I guess I'll leave it that way because that's what they said. They said also in their correspondence that, you know, you can change it if you want. I already made it. I'm not changing it now. I just don't, it's just not worth it to me to change it. I'll leave it the way it is. And if somebody would see that as a mistake in my quilt, then that's fine. Okay, now we're ready for your stuff because there's a bunch of them. Boy, have you all been busy. The first one is from Janice, and it is Dogs in Sweaters. She said this is another 2024 finish for a special friend and her dog JJ. Dogs in Sweaters pattern by Elizabeth Hartman. And this was hand quilted. Very cute. Janice is the one that had the, what are they called? Those pink birds? Flamingos last week. So now she's done the dogs. Those are cute. I guess your friend must have a wiener dog. Okay, and then have one from Glow Holland 777. This quilt is called Windswept. Started in March and hung in December. And this was quilted up by Missouri Star. That is beautiful. Very pretty modern. Lots of rich color there. Love it. Very nice. The next one is from Donna. And Donna says, I want you to know how I have discovered your channel and I'm loving it. Thank you, Donna. I know I'm a year late, but I've ordered my Letters Home pattern and my Anne of Green Gables fabric. I loved your finished quilt so much. I just can't wait to get started. In the meantime, I'm sending you a picture of the quilt top I just finished this past Friday. My husband was sure surprised to see how I repurposed all of his old t-shirts. The designer is Sarah Gallegos, and I found the pattern in the Fons and Porter Love of Quilting March-April 2024 publication. I hope you like it. I want to tell you so much more about my quilting journey, so I'll be sending you some happy mail. Okay. Keep teaching and sharing. I love your channel. And Donna is from Grafton, Ohio. And her quilt here is done with the t-shirts like she said, and that turned out great. I love your friendship stars you've put in there in between. That really adds a lot of pizzazz to this quilt. And the t-shirts are great. I love how you picked your complementary colors from the t-shirt, so it makes it all cohesive. Very nice job. Yvette has 2. This first one I'm going to show you. She says it's from a Sew Along with Bev from Flamingo Toes. Orange Pico made with a porch swing layer cake. And she quilted it on her Moxie XL. That's the machine I have too. Moxie XL. Very nice job here. I love the pattern, the fabric line, and I was telling her I think I have that fabric line in here somewhere. Probably, I think I have a few 1 yards of this that I can make something out of. So I need to pull that out and make a beautiful quilt like Yvette's. And then her other one is from the Soul Sampler box using the mini 60-degree diamond. Unfortunately, this was the victim of my very first attempt on my Moxie XL. Don't look at it too closely as this was a learning curve. totally understand. But you know what? Even the first quilt that I made on my Moxie that I quilted out was good enough to donate. So don't worry about that. Your quilt turned out great. I can't tell anything wrong with the quilting from this angle and from this distance. So I say you're good. I need to get that ruler out, don't I, and use that. Here's one from Pat from Washington State. And this is a wall hanger. She says, I had a wire garden fence that I thought I was going to make a flower bed, as it resembles a headboard. It works great on my door as a hanger for my mini flower quilt. I'm using sewing clips to attach it. It can easily be changed out. Thanks for all the great projects you do for us. You're welcome. I love your little wall hanger there, and the lovely little quilt. Looks like you fussy cut some butterflies there and some flowers. Very cute, and I like the shadow box effect. Anna, she has one, let's see here. This is called Cathedral, and it's an It's So Emma pattern by Crystal Stahl. And she says, I used 2-layer cakes named ASTRO by Janet Claire, and the background is a grunge called Paper White. And then this was for her grandson's 15th birthday in November of 2024. She backed it with Cuddle. It's 87 by 87, so it's pretty heavy. I wanted to send it to get long-armed, but he insisted that I quilt it myself. Well, the things we do for our loved ones, right? She says, I have a Qnique 16X on a 4.5-foot frame. Turned out to be easier than expected. Well, at least you had that automation there that you could use for it. She said he picked the burnt orange for the small inner border. I like that. I think that does something for the quilt. And you know, blue and orange are complementary of each other. So, you know, it's his quilt, his choice, and maybe it's something we might think would be weird, but in this case, it turned out really good. I love it. You did great on your quilting, too. Robin has her first finish for 2025. It is a project bag, and she's going to make another 4 or 5 of these, she says, and they will replace the plastic Ziploc bags she's been using. And I was looking at it, and I think it's somewhere around the 12 by 14 size. It's a nice size. Did a good job on that. And it's making me more and more want to get into these small projects that I'm dying to get into. Maybe this weekend I will do something. And she has another one here, actually 2. She finished these this week. They are the Oh My Stars pattern from Pat Sloan. And she has pieced the backings for them. And all the fabric came from her stash, but she says she doesn't think it even made a dent in it. Well, it made a small dent. You just don't see it yet. Just keep on plugging away. These are off to Project Linus, and she's participating in No by January and trying to get some of her UFOs finished. Robin is in Australia, so it's hot there right now. This Oh My Stars, if you go to Pat Sloan's website, that's called ILoveToMakeQuilts.com, you can find this free pattern of hers. I like the one with the big yellow stars and how you've used the planets in between there and the galaxy space looking opposite square. That's great. And then the other one is more feminine with white stars and lots of pinks and purples. Nice job. Bonnie has a finish done up in blues. It's a panel, and she is from BC, Canada. She says, I'm really enjoying your videos, so thanks for sharing your time and your talent. Well, my pleasure. Thanks for enjoying the videos. We were visiting friends out of town in September, and I was taken to a lovely quilt shop. My friend was to keep me in check, but in true friend fashion, she spotted this flannel kit, and we kept admiring it until I purchased it. I'm so glad I did, because the picture is so pretty. It is now completed and on our couch. I did the free motion quilting in the center and then straight lines for the borders. I love this. It's beautiful. Flannels. I don't know that I've ever seen a flannel panel. I have to keep my eye out for something like this. Okay, Mark has been working with his embroidery frame. He says, here's another quilt using Tilda fabric. The pattern is Winding Ways. The size is 40 by 68 and was quilted in my embroidery frame. It's also the first quilt where I experimented with piping. Quilting makes a wonderful retirement adventure. It sounds like the world is coming to an end today, as many helicopters are circling above my neighborhood for President Carter's funeral down the street. Oh my goodness, I bet that's really something going on right now, isn't it? Okay, so take a close look at his piping there, just inside the binding. Very nice job. Your quilting on your from your embroidery hoop turned out fantastic, and there's a lot of dimension in this quilt. Mark has an eye for creating dimension in his quilts, or like an illusion of dimension. I've noticed that, and this is no exception. As a matter of fact, this might be your best one yet as far as the dimension that you create with the colors. It's awesome. I'm amazed. Very nice job. And then we have one from Lorena, and she made a quilt out of her, I think it was her grandfather's pajamas. Yes. She says, it's January 6th and I have my first finish of 2025. Yay! I look forward to sharing my quilts with you as well as join all the fun your channel brings. Congratulations on 20,000 subscribers. Thank you, Lorena. This quilt was made for my 97-year-old grandmother as a lap quilt. It was pieced from my grandpa's pajamas. I quilted a simple stipple on my hand-guided long arm. I machine stitched on the binding. The binding is solid fabric, is also the backing fabric. I hope this quilt will bring her joy. Well, I'm sure it has, and as a matter of fact, Lorena sent proof. So here is her grandmother with the quilt, and I'm sure she is thrilled with that. I love this quilt. This is so cozy looking. You did great with your stippling. It's awesome. 97. Wow. Well, you're very fortunate to still have your 97-year-old grandmother. I lost my grandparents many years ago, so it's really something. I'm always amazed at the older ones who live up into, late 90s, past 100. It's very intriguing to me. What's their secret? How do they eat? What is their secret to longevity? We all want to know that, don't we? But I'm sure she's lived a very clean life and a happy life, and now she gets to enjoy the fruitages of your labor in the form of your beautiful quilt. So that concludes Finish It Friday. That was quite a show, was it not? I'm so happy. Everyone is so busy with their projects, just jumping right in there at the first of 2025 and using the scraps and the stash so that we don't have to buy anything this month, or maybe for the entire month of or year of 2025. Who knows? I can't promise that, but I'll try to do better, as I always say that I will try to do better. And I did do better last year, but I could still improve. So yes, this weekend we will have time to do some more sewing, more snow on the ground. So if it's snowing in your neck of the woods and you don't want to get out, perfect excuse to get some sewing out. If you haven't sewed for a little while, for some reason or another, maybe you just don't even know the reason, just go in there and mill around a little bit. Dig through a stack of fabric and get inspired with what you have. The things that you have bought inspired you at some point, so if you take another look at them, they'll inspire you again. If nothing else, take it and cut it up and put it into a quilt like this, or take your small pieces and do some blocks like these. Go back and watch this Wednesday video if you didn't watch it. It's a fun project, and I'm anxious to get back to it. Project number 1, project number 2. I'm still going forward with these, and there will be more. All right. I think I'm going to get a little project out this weekend and work on. Maybe that project bag that was in the Sew Sampler box. I'll do more than that. That shouldn't take me but a couple hours, as long as things go well. All right. Thanks again for all you new people. Keep coming back. I'll be back here on Monday for Monday Quilt Chat, where I jibber jabber about all the quilty things. And yeah, that's the plan. That's always the plan. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.